I'm doing a video on ev3 Hub. For those of you who don't know what ev3 Hub is, it is a version control software for ev3. So I'm just going to show you what it looks like real quick and give you some tips on how to use it. So the URL is beta.ev3hub.com, and so if I go in, then this is the login screen. So you can you can say you forgot your password, in which case you will give it your login name, and if you provided an email when you created your account, it'll send you a new password. You can create an account, or you can do the option I'm going to do and log in. No, not that project. So this is the project management screen. Typically when you sign in, there's going to be nothing here. But since I work on some random stuff, I've got some projects that I've been working on. So let's just show a new project to show what it will look like. So name of the new project, test project for YouTube. Right? Into the name of the programmer that made the first version. And so me. And then name of the computer I'm working on. My computer. You know, that's actually not helpful at all. Right? So I'll just say I made it from a personal computer, not from a team computer. And then I have to choose a file. So I don't have a file, so I'm going to go over to ev3 and make me one. And so in this file, and this is just so I can show some of the cool features of ev3 Hub, I'm going to make a whole bunch of worthless my blocks, so that we can see no spaces. So for those of you out there who think you're the only one who messes up with what you can and can't have in a my block title, trust me, you're not. Not image editor. Close. Although that is a cool tool. My block builder. Worthless. No spaces. My block 2. Finish. And then I'm also going to make another one, and this one won't be as worthless because what it will do is it will beep. And I probably should set an actual descriptive image for that. So there we go, and we're going to use that in worthless my block 2 and worthless my block 1. And so now if we save this as test for YouTube, save, so that'll save it to my desktop. So now I can come over here and say select this, choose. So now it found the file, so then push create. So it's making a new project. So this is what the project screen looks like. So while you're in a project. So this was on the other one too, and this is my account. So this has my account settings and lets me log out. This is where you go back to your project listing, and you can just click in. This right here, from here, and of course it's not selecting it prettily, but that is where all your commits will show up, and that can become a scrolling thing. This is a super helpful button, so if you see a feature that you don't know how to use, you can just click on that, and it'll probably have something about it, and this video might end up getting added to this. I don't remember what the plan was. So since this is currently in beta, it might change the look a little bit. It'll probably stay similarly the same. So if you're watching this video and it doesn't look exactly the same, the explain this to me link will tell you everything you need to know. So now that I've got my initial commit, I can click on it and I can see some things about it. So I can see what programs are in there and what commit they were last changed on. So since this is the initial commit, all of them were last changed on the initial commit. And then we can scroll down. And this is one of the cooler features of ev3 Hub, is that it shows you what programs, so then in this case program, and my coach is going to have a heart attack when he sees that I left it in program, and I will fix that in the next upload. Blech. And then it calls worthless my block 1, and both worthless my block 1 and worthless my block 2 call beep, and worthless my block 1 also calls worthless my block 2. And so it creates this little net that shows. So to give a more kind of useful example, you know what? Actually, I'm logged into the wrong account for that. So I'll show you this. I didn't want to forget my password. So this is what my team's net looks like. So this is with a whole bunch of different my blocks. We are a kind of advanced programmatically team. We have a net that looks like this. I'm not sure, that might not actually be the best example, but it shows you that the nets start out simple like the other one I showed you, and then as you add more and more bio blocks, you get more and more complex, and they look pretty cool. They're a really cool thing to print out and give to judges if you're doing FLL, or just to show to people if you're not. And this just shows it in a zoomed in way. Now if I go back to that other one, my ev3 Hub account. So before you upload again, so it might seem like it makes sense that I should be able to come here and go and change the amount that worthless my block 2 drives, and let's say I want to make it drive for 4 rotations instead of 1. What it seems like is that seems like I should just be able to take that and upload it. And while that might work with one computer, if you've got 2 computers merging, you could get a merge error. So what you really want to do is you want to hit this download button first. And so that will download all of the things that are in here merged together. It'll download them, and then you can edit that. So I open this up, and I am actually going to make a new program. And instead of calling it program 2, I'm going to call this test, and I'm going to rename this one as well. I'm going to name this one worthless program. And so this right here is going to call. Oh, and another cool thing ev3 Hub does is it sorts your my blocks alphabetically when you download it. So if you look over here, it's sorted by creation time in the standard thing. So if you make a new my block, it's going to get added at the end. So I made worthless my block 1 first, then worthless my block 2, then beep. But in the ev3 Hub downloaded version, it sorted alphabetically. So I've got beep, then worthless my block 1, then worthless my block 2. So that's just really cool because that means, let's say you're looking for the my block called drive CM, right? And you're scrolling through and you're like, okay, that's C, that's E, so it's somewhere in between there. Ah, there it is, drive CM, and pull it up. So it's just a handy little feature that is kind of hidden at first, but you kind of realize it after a while. So in test, where we wait for a button press, any button press, and then we'll beep. And so now if I say, no, I don't want to save it to downloads. I want to write over the one I currently have on my desktop. That's just something I do to help me keep it straight, is whenever I'm saving it back, I'll write it over my desktop, the one I saved to my desktop originally, and then I'll upload from that so I can make sure to always get the right one. So name of the computer, automatically my IP address. What did I call it last time? personal computer, right? Then name of the programmer, someone else, well, another name, and then description of the changes, added test and renamed program. Choose file, the file from my desktop, this one that I changed, 210, 211. Yeah, it probably took me a minute to write all that. That's probably the one I want. So then I upload this, successful upload and merge. I should download the newest copy before making changes. And so we can see, okay, this is the computer, this is who did it, this is when they did it, this is what they did, so this right here, this is the ID number, so that always counts up. So it goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then this from tells you what ID number it was changed from. So this, I downloaded 1 and uploaded it again. And so see, it says from 1, and it's ID 2. So this little arrow means it's the head. So that means if you download right now, that was the latest one. And so since nobody else downloaded something, uploaded something, this is going to be the one downloaded. So let's say I wanted to see what I changed. So I can click here and here, and I can say show diff. So I can see from there, I removed program because I renamed it. So that file program no longer exists in its directory. I added test, and I added worthless program because that's what I renamed program to. So let's simulate multiple computers, since I only have one computer that I'm doing this on. But I'm going to download it once, and then download it again. I'm also going to go in here and close these down, I think. That shouldn't cause a problem. Nope, cool. And then I'm going to open up the last two I downloaded. And so let's say on this computer, they go and they work on test. So they go and they decide, after the beep, we want it, what do we want it to do? So we wait for a button press, we beep, and then we spin the motor, right? And this person goes, and in worthless program, they decide that before they run worthless program 1, actually, once worthless program 1 finishes, they actually want it to beep. So then this person saves it to the desktop. You don't have to do that. You could upload it straight from the downloads. And they see, and so now, ev3 Hub, I've told it what computer this IP address relates to, so it automatically does that. And so I chose that one, and I say, what did I do? I added beep to worthless program. And then upload. And then, if I upload this one, so if I say upload, and this person wasn't Philip, it was them, and then what did I do? I added a motor to test. So normally this would be things like added navigation to a mission model for FLL, or for, say you're doing sumo bots, you know, added functionality to find robots, or something to that effect. So then I select the file again, and so then I upload. So if you notice, these both came from 2. So what it did was it auto merged them. So it took the 2 different things that were changed here, and it merged it into here. So if we look, the difference between these two, so test is different and worthless program is different. Well, when I go here, it merged the test into here. So if we look, the 2 things I changed were worthless program and test, right? I changed those 2. So if I look from the auto merged and the one that I downloaded from, I changed test and worthless program. So So the auto merge is cool because it means that, and anything that starts with test is going to be dotted out like this and have a dotted line. And anything that starts with im underscore is going to show up as solid gray. So we use that for missions. Test, we use that for test programs. And if you click on it, it shows you a picture of it without anything that starts with test. So if you've got a test program, here's show test programs. See, like this, test. It won't show up in your graph because generally you don't want the test programs there, like cluttering it up. And so let's say that this auto merged was the one we took to our first competition. So we can tag it. We can select this one and we can say took to comp, right? And we can create that tag. So now, whenever we say tags, we can look at which ones have it. So we can say, okay, this is the commit that we took to the competition. And so then, if we don't like a change we've made after that, so let's say we don't like the motor that we added to test. We don't want that. But let's say we made a really complicated change and we're not sure what all we actually changed. We can go back to here and we can download this commit. Also, in the commit, we can see, so beep was created in the initial commit. That was the time it was last edited. So it was last edited in ID 1. Test was last edited in ID 2, where we added test and renamed program. Worthless program was last changed in added beep to worthless program. And then worthless myblock 1 and worthless myblock 2 were last changed in the initial commit. And these are the times of that upload and what ID that is. That's just a pretty cool feature, so you can say, did I actually change this? Yes. And you can do that, or you can do the show diff that I already showed you.